When we spoke on the phone, like it was about a month ago or so, when we had a quick kind of
Yeah.
call, we had a quick chat. It was to do with, well, we were talking about podcasts, but also, Instagram and socials and stuff. I think what'd be really interesting is that in Freelancer magazine, which is how I kind of discovered you,
Yeah.
you have, well, I guess freelancers, but a lot of people, especially if they run small businesses, micro businesses, they really kind of not struggle to promote themselves, but they kind of, nobody's really quite sure what to do and how to do and what's the best way to do it. How do
Yeah.
you kind of like promote your business? What are your main channels? What's your kind of approach to it?
Yeah. So that's a really good question because I think everyone is really good at perfecting their craft and
Mm-hmm.
what they do. But the reality is that you can be the best coach in the world, but if you don't know how to market yourself, no one's going to know who you are. No one's going to invest in you. And I learned that very, very quickly. Very much like the 80-20 rule, right? It's actually 20% coaching and 80% marketing. So my main platform is Instagram, and it was so unbelievably scary changing my account to personal to a business account, and from posting pictures of me and my friends to, oh, I have something to say. That by far to this day is the scariest, I think, transformation that I have made. So if anyone's listening to this and is like, well, I don't want to use Instagram or I don't want to use LinkedIn because I don't want to put myself out there, you haven't got a choice. Whatever platform it is, you will have to put yourself out there and do something really, really scary. But then after that, it will get less and less scarier because you'll become so used to it. But that took a long time for me. I'd say the first 3 or 4 months where I posted my first video, I would hide my phone straight after because I wouldn't want to check the notifications, or speaking on stories. These things riddled me with anxiety for a really long time. But I knew that if I don't do these
Mm-hmm.
things, how are you going to get to know me? How are you going to like me? How are you going to trust me? So it's all about practice. It's all about not making it perfect, just doing it. So I used my Instagram for over a year. Now I've been using it for 2 years, where I'm so comfortable with
Mm-hmm.
it. I don't even think about it anymore. And after dominating one platform for 2 years, I now use Instagram and TikTok. TikTok for fun because I feel like we need to get on it, even though I feel old, but whatever. I'm breaking through that narrative as well. And LinkedIn, I use that more for brands and
Mm-hmm.
B2B. But the best advice I can give anyone is dominate one for a really long time, create a following on that
Mm-hmm.
before you go into everything else, rather than thinking, oh, I need to do LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, a newsletter, this. Just like do one, get really good at it, and then do the others.
Completely agree. I must have, for me, it's LinkedIn is my main one. And
Yeah.
it's funny that with it, but it is scary. I remember that I don't actually get nervous doing these now because one of the things
Yeah.
that I've learned is that because I've done a lot of interviews, it's all about you. It's all about the guest. And we have a structure and I have some questions, but actually, as long as I can keep the conversation flowing, I don't really worry about who's going to see it. Because the other
Yeah.
funny thing is as well, is that although, because the big thing for me about, say, LinkedIn Lives is that everyone gets
Mm-hmm.
that little push notification that says
Yeah.
live interview with you. And for me, that has real value that you could get really good at what you do. But yeah, if nobody knows you exist, there's no kind of point.